Yo guys, how you all doing today? I've been procrastinating quite a bit, but I'm trying to keep my motivation high, so I hope you have been enjoying the videos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I have another story today. It's a good one, a fun one, crazy one. This story takes place probably around the age of like 14, I believe, so in like 2011. Great year in my opinion. I was 14 years old. We just moved back into the school district I got expelled from 2 years before, but that's another video that I haven't gotten into yet. I just started ninth grade, and it was a weekend at the time. Um, and around this time, I was mostly doing two things: gaming, probably like Skyrim, Saints Row 3, and doing parkour. I got like super obsessed into like the free running parkour, uh, climbing and shit like that for quite a while. But I got up this day pretty early. I took a shower, ate some food, getting my day started, and I called my buddy Daniel up to see if he wanted to go do some free running. He was down, so we got on our bikes and we met up at the park. I got there a little bit before him. When I showed up, I actually seen two girls walking out of the park. I remember they were both dressed like goth, punkish kind of vibe. They both had on like band t-shirts. One specifically had Nirvana, I remember. And they had those tall boots that went all the way up to the knee that you had to lace all the way up. And they both had those gel bracelets that everyone was wearing at the time. But I nodded to them. Didn't think too much of it as I waited for Daniel. He showed up like 20 minutes later. We parked our bikes and we walked under this big ol' pavilion that was there. It had like 20 tables, something like that, that people could use. And these were nice tables. They were made out of that really thick plastic, uh, and obviously they had like the metal frames and shit like that. But we noticed like three of the tables were covered in a bunch of black marker with just a bunch of random shit on it, like band names, faces, lyrics, random symbols like hearts, stars, and stuff like that. So I figured it was probably those two girls I just seen, but I wasn't 100% sure. But didn't think too much of it. We moved the tables around to make a little mini obstacle course, and we started practicing some moves, just running through and over the tables, practicing our Kong jumps and how fast we were and stuff like that. We probably stayed and did this for maybe like 2 hours or so, just practicing, dicking around, playing tag, shit like that. I know playing tag at 14, what a loser, but hey, we were practicing. Uh, when we were done, we put all the tables back and we decided to go ride around and try to find somewhere else to either climb or practice on or just do anything else. As we were riding around, I actually got an idea. I suggest we should go climb on top of the middle school. He goes, dude, aren't there cameras there? I don't know why, but at the time the middle school didn't have them on the outside, only on the inside. So that's what I told him. And it was like, all right, fuck it. If you say so, we should be fine then. Um, we ride over to the middle school, and there was two ways we could get up there. One was in the front of the school, where kids would be picked up, dropped off by their parents, buses, stuff like that, and one was in the back near the gym doors. I wanted to use the back at first, but when we pulled up and parked our bikes in the bushes, we seen that there was barbed wire was installed where we would usually get up. It was like a two 8-foot walls that you could run up and kick off and pull yourself up. So now we couldn't do that because barbed wire was in the way. So we had to go up the front. We walk around to the front of school, like 15 feet away from the front door. There was a steel pipe bolted to the wall that went from the ground up to the first part of the roof. I went first. I planted my feet on the wall and pulled myself up the pipe with my hands, kind of like walking on the wall. I get up, Daniel comes up next, and we start walking around the first part of the roof. There wasn't anything too crazy up there that we seen. A few interesting things up there, like a couple old balls, a frisbee, and a old gym mat. But other than that, there's really nothing else. So we decided to try to get higher, up to the very top. And next to another wall that was attached for the second and third floor was a metal structure. I'm not 100% sure what it actually was, but the best way I could describe it would be like a mini radio tower type thing. But it reached up past the third floor. So we climb up to the top, and we're sitting up there, just looking over the houses for a bit. And as we're sitting there, Daniel pulled out two water bottles filled with what to me looked like orange juice, a hammy one. And I took a sip. My throat started burning immediately, and I start coughing. There's fucking vodka in this shit. This dude brought fucking screwdrivers. So after I catch my breath and he's done laughing at me, we're sitting there drinking these screwdrivers, just chilling, talking, having a good time. Listening to a bit of music on our phone. That is until we were sitting on the roof, starting to feel tipsy. Daniel points out that he sees a cop pulling into the parking lot. And we're like, oh, fuck. We quickly picked up our stuff and started to climb down the metal tower thing. All tipsy, I fucking almost fell twice. And as we were climbing down, we heard the cop calling over a speaker through the car. He says, "I see you up there. Come down right now." And he sounded absolutely pissed. So there's no way we're going down the front where he was at. We actually ended up grabbing the old gym mat and throwing it over the barbed wire and jumping down that 8-foot drop at the back. Daniel went first, landed perfectly into a roll, and ran over to our bikes. And when I jumped down, I completely fucked it. I landed wrong, probably because I was already fucking tipsy, and I twisted my ankle. I was like, "Oh fuck, my ankle." Um, However, I get up, push through the pain, and I limp/ran over to my bike. Just as we were getting on our bikes and about to dip out, the cop comes running around the corner on foot and tried to chase us, but we dipped as fast as we could and rode out of there before he can get too close. And we rode back to my house, stashed the bikes in the garage, and we chilled inside for the rest of the day because we didn't want to risk going back out and getting caught by that cop. So we just stayed inside, played video games, and we finished those drinks that Daniel had. But the story doesn't really end there. The next Monday, I think it was like 2 days later, I go to school thinking everything was fine as I'm sitting in my first class of the day. Over the loudspeaker, I hear, "Bailey to the main office, Bailey to the main office." I'm looking around like, what the fuck? I didn't think it was for climbing on top of the school because, like I said, there was no cameras on the outside, and the cop really didn't get too good of a look at our faces. I mean, I don't think he did, but I get all my stuff. I walk to the office, and they have me sit and wait there for like 10 minutes before calling me back. When they do, I walk in and see the school cop, who wasn't the one who pulled into the middle school, but just our school resource officer. Alright, I asked my principal if there was a problem, and they said, "No, you're not in trouble or anything like that, but you were at the park the other day, right?" I was like, "Yeah," kind of confused how he knew I was at the park. But I say, "Yeah, why?" And the principal turned his monitor around, and it was a video of me and Daniel doing our parkour stuff. There were cameras at the pavilion where we were practicing under. I didn't think nothing of it, but you see my dumbass standing on the table, waving directly into the camera. He goes, "You're not in trouble or anything, but there were a few tables that were vandalized, and we want to know if you knew who did it." I shook my head and I said, "All I know was there was two girls leaving when I was showing up, but other than that, I don't know nothing." They're like, "Oh, all right. Just be careful doing that jumping around stuff." I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem, I will." So they sent me back to class. They thanked me and all that. And I was thinking, like, if they had me on camera, shouldn't they have the girls on camera? Maybe they didn't go to our school or something, but I guess they just wanted to see if I knew anything. But anyway, moral of the story is, don't climb onto buildings you're not supposed to be on. Don't drink underage, and I guess don't draw on park tables. I hope you all enjoyed this short little story. Don't forget to like and sub, because if you don't, I'll be under your bed tonight. I'll see you all later. Peace.